Okay, hi to everyone. I was rebuilding this turbo from the scratch using another turbo, and I'm gonna put it in. This is the core from the old turbo. You can see that they're the same. And whoa, it broke. Okay, and this is its old core. I mean, the coal intake from the cold side. You can see it's a bit upgraded. Place this one, and this one is just burnt completely. What happened? The turbo had a runaway. It started to leak oil. As you can see, the seals there is no one. There is not existing an oil seal on this thing. It simply got so damaged and from age that it simply burned off. And that happened in the intake side too. As you can see, there is no oil ring. I found that and stuck in the casing of the intake. As you can see, the turbo is nicely rebuilt. It's like new. Doesn't have any oil on compressor wheels, so it's nice and ready to balance up. And this thing, I think it uses as a power shaft turbine, because this is one of my designs. Simply took an old turbo as turbine and grind it down like this, because let me find an example. Okay, the tips that are usually on these turbines, it got so damaged that it was not from usage anymore, so I simply done that, and now I have high thermal efficiency turbine. About 3% of the heat gets used to power it, and in usual like this one, only about 0.5% of heat gets used to power, because usually these turbines are made to use an airflow, and this one uses airflow and the heat. So yeah, it's pretty nice. But that's a short update. So yeah, see, if you can see, I found this heat exchanger which I'm gonna use. It comes with an oil pump and a pressure sensor, and I'm gonna use that to clean the oil and cool it down for my jet engine. Because in these two ports, I can remove this. In these two ports, the water circulates, and these two ports, and the center one and the two other ones, the oil circulates. So you can cool oil like that. And I just need a normal water radiator, because these oil radiators are so expensive and they cannot hold that much pressure, because 3 bars of oil pressure, it's going to blow the radiator right out. So you need something like this units, because these can max for 5 bars, so it's pretty much nice. And as okay, the guest arrived, and our dog jumped on it, so she got scared. Nothing special. But let's continue. So I was doing that. I was doing a lot of business on that. In the basement there is the turbine. I just took the core out for pressure testing, the big one, if you know which one I'm using for a jet engine. And on the first test, the hose that gets the oil to the turbo exploded, and I got covered in oil. So yeah, pretty bad thing when about 2 liters of oil get just spilled all over the basement. Pretty bad thing. But what can you do? You just need to clean it up. And yeah, that's my update. As you can see, I sandblasted this case. This is how an old one. This is how an old one looks like. So you can see, it's a bit different because of this. So I don't know how is that gonna fit, but it's not really my problem. So yeah, see, this turbine fits out of this, pretty nice. And this one is even smaller than that. This one is probably the smallest turbine wheel that I ever saw in a turbo. But who knows? Just place this back. But these cases are really heavy, and usually, from my knowledge, if the turbo is heavy, even if it's small, it means that it's the original turbo, like which is tested. And if it's very light, and like it's big and it's light, that usually means danger. Don't use those turbos in your cars, because that might lead to something like this. If you can see the damage that is done, this turbine wheel was made from such a poor materials that it simply started bending under the pressure and hit the case and exploded. Yeah, pretty bad thing when it happens. Here's the turbine. You can see this is not made from nickel alloy. This is made from some kind of stainless steel, because it's very highly magnetic and attractive. This is how much rust usually is on it. You can see very minimal rust, and this thing is already starting to crack in some places from rusting. So yeah, that's second way how you can recognize the cheap turbos. So yeah, that's what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna keep you updated with turbo jet kart, and hopefully it's going to be done soon. Oh, look at this, the cap can fit. Use this to protect it. The small starter cap. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. But yeah, see you next time, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to finish the jet engine in the next video. Probably then we're gonna start it and see if it runs okay. Goodbye.